Redmi K70E debuts with Dimensity 8300 chipset and a 6.67-inch 120Hz display. The Redmi K70 and K70 Pro are joined by a third member, the more affordable Redmi K70E. The base 12/256GB model is already up on Xiaomi's web store in China with a price of 2,000 Chinese yuan, which converts to $280/Euro 260/Indian rupee 24000. For comparison, the K70, 12/256GB, is 2,500 Chinese yuan and the K70 Pro, 12/256GB, is 3,300 Chinese yuan. Unlike its siblings, the K70E is powered by a Dimensity 8300 Ultra, a 4nm chip with Cortex A715 and A510 cores plus LPDDR5X and UFS 4.0 support. The phone makes use of that with its 8,533 megabits per second, 12 GB or 16 GB, and storage, 256 GB, 512 GB or 1 TB. The chipset is cooled via a 5000mm superscript 2 stainless steel vapor chamber. The ePhone also differs in its display. It's still a 6.67-inch panel, though with a lower resolution of 1,220x2,712px. It's still a high-quality panel with calibrated 12-bit colors, Delta E equals 0.43, Dolby Vision and HDR10+ support. It has a 120Hz refresh rate and 480Hz touch sampling rate, plus high-frequency PWM dimming of 1920Hz so it can gradually regulate its brightness, which peaks at 1800 nits. This model has 10% more battery capacity than its siblings, 5,500 mAh total. And while its maximum charge rate is lower at 90W versus 120W, it can still do a full 100% charge in 34 minutes. The Xiaomi P2 custom chip handles the fast charging, the G1 looks after battery life. The camera is the part that is most affected by the low price tag. The main module has a small 64MP sensor, 1/2, and OIS, which is joined by an 8MP 120° ultra-wide camera and a macro cam. The main cam can record 4K video at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 60 frames per second. There is also a 16MP front-facing camera, with 1080p at 60 frames per second video capture support. The Xiaomi Redmi K70E is available in 3 colors, which you can find on the company's online store in China. There are also 3 memory configurations. 12 GB per 256 GB for 2,000 Chinese yuan, 12 GB per 512 GB for 2,200 Chinese yuan and a fully loaded 16 GB per 1 TB version for 2,600 Chinese yuan. P.S. Xiaomi hasn't confirmed it yet, but this model should be rebranded as the Poco X6 Pro for the global market.
Thanks for watching guys. Please don't forget to subscribe.
कमेंट सेक्शन में आप हमें जरूर बताइए हमारी वीडियो आपको कैसा लगा। थैंक यू सो मच।